everyone. I'm Alina Ali, your host, and you are watching Ikigai with Alina on Voice of Australians. As we have discussed before as well, what is Ikigai? So, Ikigai is the reason for being. Today, with we all know that Pakistan is heavily affected because of flood. So why not to have our ikigai today of helping others? So I request you, every one of you, just to help others in Pakistan who are deeply affected because of loss of their relatives, of their employments, of income. You can support financially, give your time. So please, and it should be your most ikigai for this week, just to help others. Today we are having our guest who is an owner of Credit Max and who is a founder of Party Squad as well. As curious I was to know that a person who is also a founder of a mortgage brokerage firm and who is so much into party and entertainment, because it's two sides of coins combined together. So this person interests me as much as it is now interesting you. So let's invite our guest, who is Nish Pava, who is owner of mortgage broker firm as well as Party Squared Entertainment, and we will discuss about achieving and setting and achieving milestones today. So please welcome Nish Pava. Hi Nish, how are you?
Hi, Alina. I'm very well. Thank you so much. Thanks for asking and hope you're well as well.
Yes, I'm well, thank you. So Nish, congratulations, India won the match.
Thank you. Thank you. Look, it was a very tough fight from the country, of course, which is neighboring to us, very close to us as well. And I think it was just last two balls or something that we've just got it closely. But look, the effort was really good from every side, and I'm glad we played well altogether, not just the India as one, as Pakistan as well. We've all played a really good game, and that's what we call entertainment, isn't it? It's all about bringing people together, glued to the screens, and watching it till the last ball. So that was great entertainment as well yesterday.
Yes, exactly. Now, I really want to talk about you and your goals today, 'cause you inspire me so much, and it's so much like so different that you are owner of mortgage brokerage firm as well, and you are owner of Party Squad Entertainment. So, I am just curious to know how your journey started.
Sure. Look, interesting to know that I was a very normal person since I was a kid. I was born and brought up in a very small town of India, which is known as Haridwar. Especially with a lot of people who are born in a smaller cities, have a lot of passion. Like they want to get out of there, fly, and spread their wings basically, and fly and achieve the world. Right. So I've seen that is not just my passion; it has been a passion of everyone that I've known around me. I've just had great basically support from my parents and family members as well, that was able to come here to Australia, and I was like, I don't want to live a mediocre life. I would want to do something different, something which I really love doing as well. And there comes that I started doing entertainment as I got into hosting radio shows, and little things that came together, and then became that I've made my own music videos. I've done a production as well. I've done a lot of web series and stuff. So it's not just an entertainment company in terms of events. It's an entertainment company where we make a lot of production things as well. We make web series, TV shows, and also music videos and films as well. So it was mainly out of passion. I was dying to do something into entertainment, and one thing led to another. Like I said, I went to the radio show to host it, and then from there I started doing video interviews as well, just like yourself. And it's just something that we love to do, right? And then I was like, nah, I want to achieve more, and I'll be happy to put in all my investments into that. So that was my beginning of these things. And look, I've enjoyed every bit of it. I wouldn't say that it hasn't been a return of investment. That's none of those things. I wanted to always calculate on, but I would say it has been such an amazing time that I've had doing this thing, and that made me an entrepreneur altogether. It was, I normally call myself an accidental entrepreneur because I wasn't really an entrepreneur by birth or anything. Like, I wasn't fed with a silver spoon. It was just, it came to me naturally that, okay, I need to run something which will be entertainment based, and it just happens to be that in 2016 it turns into a company. When Party Squad started, we did a really good event as well, and then we've done a lot of films and music videos under the same banner.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive. Wow. So how you started Credit Max? Like, because it's totally flip side of the coin, entertainment and then so much logical. Because entertainment is quite creative, as you said,
Of
and
course.
Credit Max is totally different. So how you, and it's more about when you are a entrepreneur or businessman, it's more about you are as a brand. So while people were viewing you as a entertainment person, and how hard was it to be a totally different brand for your business?
Of course. Look, that was also a very interesting question. Thank you for, like, making me remember those times, that how it all happened. Because sometimes when you're doing really like a lot of hard work, I would say, and then you're trying to get, you just don't remember how it all started, right? So remembering the times, it was actually during COVID. And I happened to be that, okay, look, I wanted to always get into it. I wanted to become a broker because I had a banking background. I've worked in banking for a long time as well. I worked for 2 3 different banks, and then before that I've studied banking, basically not banking because you don't study banking, but it was finance, right? So I studied at Deakin. So that was just coming from there, because entertainment or anything to do with creative side doesn't really pay your bills straight away, right? It may take forever and ever, and there's only 1 or 2% chances of actually people making money to be able to pay their bills out of this. So that's what happened. So I was actually working full time at banks while I was doing part time Party Squad Entertainment, right? And there comes the time I'm like, okay, look, I've worked a lot already for the banks, and I'm just not like feeling that I'm achieving what I wanted to achieve. And I've already had some skills of entrepreneur. So I was like, let's make it a career as being an entrepreneur. And there comes COVID. I was like, perfect time to actually study, because there's a lot of study involves into becoming an entrepreneur as a broker, as a finance broker. And you need to understand. So basically, working at a bank, you only feel like, okay, this is one policy, one bank, and everything you need to understand about that one bank. When you become a broker or finance broker, you need to understand both sides of the story. So customers, how do they want whatever they want as well, and understanding all these different banks that are available, like 50 plus banks that are there in Australia, which people might not even know about. That is something we need to understand, learn, figure out what's going to actually help the clients. So it was a lot of study during 2020. But I was like, nothing better than that. Then instead of watching Netflix and stuff, but might as well fill up my brain and just get as much as I can, and then only turn up to entertainment and TV, because there wasn't really much to do in 2020 and 2021, right? So you couldn't have actually gone out. You couldn't have wasted much time anyway. There was either you watch TVs all day long, watch Netflix, or you could actually learn some skill out of it. And I was like, let's make the work that I've been doing for a while to a business, basically. So that's how it turned out.
It's really inspiring because so many people I know were either getting so much depressed or anxious because of COVID, or they
Yeah.
were turning to watch Crown or Facebook mindlessly, endlessly. So yes, that's quite inspiring. Like that was a golden time where we could have polished our skills. And even business of any kind, even if you're starting a really small business, you have to really study and research into the business. You can't just start, otherwise you would be setting yourself up for failure. So like, I just want to know more about it. How much a vision is important? Do you always knew that you would be a businessman or entrepreneur? As you said, you became an accidental entrepreneur, but I
Yeah.
think there would be something pushing you to have something that you have achieved now. So what
Yeah.
was it that was kept motivating you to go for more and achieve for more?
Look, the reason when you approached me and what I loved about your show was Ikigai, right? I would say that is what my reason as well of being, basically, right? I didn't want it to ever just be like I told you. I don't want to be a mediocre person, right? I would be happy. hustling, right? I'll be happy doing something, and even not achieving, I'm okay with that. You can't, everyone can't be that 1% that you're killing it, right? Like you can't be that you're always winning. But actually being in the battlefield, actually fighting, is what I wanted to always do anyway. So that being said, is what got me into it. I mean, of course, as much as I call it accidental, it's something that I wanted to do. But it's just that as much as you plan, things doesn't go according to your plan anyway, right? As much as you step into it, that 1% or one step towards getting there is what gets you really far, right? So that's what I did. I'm always like, okay, let's do it. Like, I'm not one of those people like, let's plan, let's make things work before and then getting to there. And to me, it was just my purpose of being, or my ikigai is actually like, if you really want to achieve something, get started, and that's it. Yeah.
And like everyone faced so many failures. So uh, I'm pretty sure you would have faced so many failures as well, because not many people in social media know that when you're starting something, you face so many failures. People think that everything happens overnight. So please share any of your one or two biggest failure that you faced, which almost shaken you, and how you came out of it as a success.
Look, every day, I mean, even still, I feel failure every day. I mean, you can't expect winning at all, I would say, right? Being an entrepreneur, it's like 1% chances of winning. The rest 99, you're gambling every day, just trying to be confident, trying to feel better than next day. And trust me, it's like, I've seen a lot of posts about being an entrepreneur, that it's a curvy road. You're always actually at the bottom and try to get up there and then go bottom again, which is the
Yeah.
reality. I mean, trust me, as much as I say it is all about hustle, it's genuinely hustling and failing. Like, even yesterday, I was like, I've always been thinking like, I'm the one man show that's running it. I'm training my staff, I'm training, I'm actually coaching people about their finances. Like, I'm guiding everyone as much as I can while I'm learning, right? Because you never stop learning. So that's what it comes down to. Like, I fail every day to understand, how can I make this better? How can I actually achieve better than yesterday, right? And then I get up and I'm like, there's no other option. Like, where can I go? I don't have anywhere to turn around and go back to. So I have to just keep on going, and I don't have any other way to go back to. So that's what comes down to being an entrepreneur as well. Like, I think it is about failing and then learning from that failure, and just keep going. And then you're gonna fail pretty much every other time as well. But if you keep failing and still learning from it, is what's gonna get you going as well. So
Wow, that's pretty good that you just learn from failures and move on. And like sometimes when I fail, I get really demotivated, and I feel
Mhm.
like, oh, that's it, I can quit. So, do you have any advice when you feel like, oh, you are at rock bottom, how to not quit and keep going, or just fall forward always?
Look, I think this is what I also learned from, like, you don't see, what I've learned from being creative is that there's nothing you can do which hasn't been done in the past. Everything in this world has been done, right? So why don't you learn from somebody, follow somebody, or just even watch one good sort of, let's say, video, like, because these people don't read as much, right? It's either watching videos or pretty much being on Facebook and Instagram, right? But as long as you follow people who are doing something good, or you just follow some good motivational quotes, for example, or watch videos which motivates you in any way, it could be gym, it could be financial, anything that gets you one step at a time. I feel the same as well, right? Look, when I'm failing, or when I'm feeling like I need to just quit, basically what it's calling for is take some rest, right? And this is
Yeah.
what I feel. It's not asking you to actually quit. It's asking you to take some rest, think again, right? Develop a plan, develop, we call it a risk aversion, right? If you think there is something wrong, maybe it is, right? Maybe your body is telling you, or your mind is telling you, that this may not be working. Try another way, right? And that's the only way to get going, basically, that you need to stop, take a rest, and get back again the next day. I mean, you can't just call it quit because you work so hard. And I'm not going to say, it's also another thing that if you feel like that it's not working for you, then try a different business, for example. All right,
Hmm.
you may be in the right direction but doing the wrong thing, or maybe in the wrong business doing the right thing. But so it's also understanding and cutting your losses at the right time. So a lot of things I've learned while getting there. And that's why probably having two businesses, like saying you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket as well, right? So it's something that I would say, just not quitting, resting, getting back on your feet, try again, try harder, right? As long as you are satisfied with yourself that you've given 100% and it's still not working, that's when you actually need to call it quits, while having a backup plan.
Yes.
That's what I think
And
it is.
I feel like whenever you fail at something, it's not you failed, you would have learned so many things. So it's not like you are at loss, you just have to accumulate that skill set or those learnings that you have learned and try again and keep trying. And it's like if you are trying with all your intentions, it's not like you will never achieve your dream. If you keep trying, I have a firm faith that you will achieve. And it's like really good that you mentioned about physical exercise or gym, because it's always, I have seen it's so much important for and I run marathons and I go to gym like religiously, and it has helped me so much. So how you started, how, have you seen that physical fitness is so much important for achieving your goals in your daily life? Do you have you seen any relation with these two?
I certainly believe in this as well. Like, not that I'm as good as a religious person for gym as you are, but I'm just saying it's coming back to the same thing. I like to motivate myself to get back there. I used to be very strict in terms of gymming and playing basketball and few other sports, basically, and that used to keep me fit automatically. Like, I never really thought I should need to do something. I need to try harder. It was just automatic because of playing sports, right? But then I went into an injury back in 2012, right? And that was a lower back injury. I was actually working out at home, um, and upside down, basically crunches, and that the bar fell off. It was like a bar between the doors where people see, how you do chin up and stuff. And I was doing upside down crunches. So my legs were up. It was literally stuck on the door thing, and then that thing fell off, right? And because I was upside down, it crunched me whole back and everything. So that was just the worst thing ever happened to me. Same thing, as long as I was thinking at that time, I was like, this is the end of it, right? Like, this is the end of, because any back issues, anything back related, you can't operate them, you can't really fix them. It is just about, you're going to have to be really careful with this throughout your life. And I was like, it's either I live with this pain, right? Or just give up. And I'm like, what other option do I have? I have to live with the pain and find out how I can overcome this pain to keep going, right? And then that one thing also brought me a lot of patience. And I'm like, well, so I still feel that pain, but I'm like, okay, that's what makes me go, okay, I need to go gym to keep myself fit, to have less pain than a normal day,
Hmm.
right? And those little things just pushes you. So it's about actually figuring out what gets you daily, and just following that path. So that's what makes me think, okay, so how connecting to entrepreneurship, physical fitness is very important, because that is one time. And I'm not saying just, I think you also do yoga and stuff, anything which makes you forget about the other 8 9 hours, makes you actually breathe. And breathing is what's much more important. So the gym, any fitness exercise actually makes you breathe more.
Hmm.
Breathing more, drinking water more makes you more pure overall. Once you feel better, your thoughts become better, right?
Yes.
Because you've forgotten that whatever you were doing, and that's it. You get back into it again, better, healthier, fitter, faster, everything. So definitely, physical fitness is 10 times more important than anything else in this world to get you back into your daily routine, because nothing else can motivate you more than being fresh minded every day.
Exactly. And it just increases your energy level so much, and then it gives you chance to beat your own goals. So,
Agree.
like, the people who do one thing like a good thing, they achieve other thing the same way as well. So if you, it's not possible if you excel at one thing and be not good in other segment of your life. So you get so much chance to be better version of your in your professional life, in your relationships, cause of physical fitness. Now I would really like you to share message to our youth, because you started the same way so many people do. But I have seen so many people just stuck at their 9 to 5 job. After 9 to 5 job, they feel like they have achieved so much. Now they can chill, can watch Netflix, and can go out with friends, spend their weekends as like they want, because they feel like they have achieved so much just by working 9 to 5. So what message you would give to your youth?
Of course. Look, even a message to my own younger self. Like, I always feel like, why did I not start when I was 18? Why did I not start when I was 16? Right? I feel like sometimes education, as much as it is important, it is also important to be able to get that one stream, one minded track that you can actually feel like, okay, this is what I want to do, right? I'm going to give it my 100%. Like I said, when I was 16, if I would have done that, when I was 18, if I would have done that, I would have become an entrepreneur quicker, right?
Yes.
I've taken my life as easy as 90% of the other people do, right? Only people who've come from an entrepreneur background feels like, okay, this may be what I need to do, so I can start doing it. But in reality, spending 10,000 hours on anything will make you close to perfect. There's no such thing as actual perfection, but 10,000 hours takes you at least 3 to 4 years in any business, anything that you do, which will get you better. Even being in front of the camera, right? I've learned this from a lot of stars, to be honest, that celebrities take so much time to become better version of themselves. Be it Shah Rukh Khan, Priyanka Chopra, all these people have spent hours and hours in front of camera learning how they're going to get better. And if you watch it the first time they've actually appeared on the front of the camera, be it Ranveer Singh as well, I'm sure you would have seen all these people, right? And if you see when the first time came on camera and then what it is now, it's only going to get you better and better, right?
Yes.
So it's all about getting up, starting that, and then at least spending 9 to 10 hours anyway on whatever you want to do. Now, let's talk about 9 to 5. Well, there's hours before that 9 and hours after that 9. If you're not going to hustle in those hours, well, you're never going to be able to achieve anything. And if you think just starting something new, even part time, going to get you results in 6 months, I don't think it happens. There's no such thing as overnight success, as you said. There's no such thing as actually getting quick money. There's no such thing at all of those things. You've got to work hard. Smarter can only happen when you start working towards that. Like, if you don't understand the business, you're not going to be able to work smarter in it. You got to work harder first, then become smarter version of yourself, then get full time into it. Well, that's going to take you at least 2 3 years to really understand what's going on, and that's actually going to work. Like, you can't quit in the first, second, third years thinking that it's not working out. You haven't actually paid full attention. You haven't actually done everything that was required, right? So that's one way of really getting part time into it. I'm not saying quit your job. I've always felt like that. I was like, I want to become an artist. Like, I want to really forget everything, make music, but that's not going to pay your bills. That's not realistic, right? So if you got to be realistic, that still do your 95, keep pursuing your passion after hours, weekends, whenever you can. You can do everything else, like going parties and everything. I'm not saying forget everything, but you got to limit yourself, time yourself, organize yourself, and that's the only way you can actually excel at everything you're doing and still be like, still go party, still go gym, because that's gonna get you out of the zone of doing so much, right?
Mm.
And that's gonna get you back into this much better. Like, I used to go on interviews and I'd be like, the only reason why I know I'm better at 9 to 5, because I know on the weekends I'm actually not doing anything which is boring. I'm doing entertainment. I'm doing something which is, out and about. I'm actually making people excited. I'm emceeing. I'm hosting things, and that's what gets me back 100% at the 9 to 5 on Monday to Friday, right? And trust me,
Yes.
I've nailed all my interviews because people don't want to see what you know in terms of, oh, Excel, this. Nah, it's about your attitude. It's about your confidence. And that only comes with you keep doing everything as much as you can and then put 100% in everything you're doing.
Exactly. And yes, you are so right. In interview, they don't just ask you what is your career life or stuff. They also are
Yeah.
so much interested in your hobbies. What are you as a person? What you do in your other time? No one wants just a person who just work. Like, I have been to so many interviews, and they are so much impressed that I have so many hobbies. So hobbies are really important. And like Saturday,
Yes.
Sunday, we do as a cheat day as well. If you're working so much on your Monday to Friday or Monday to Saturday, whatever your life is, so allow yourself to have a cheat day so that you can just concentrate more on your goals. And Anish, we have already touched slightly on this about your ikigai, but it's just our in our show always the end. Um, all the participants share their ikigai. So, what's your ikigai in your life?
Look, as much as I said, my ikigai is actually my or being an entrepreneur or anything, but I think in reality, my ikigai is or purpose of being is to be able to help. Doesn't matter if I'm doing doesn't matter if I'm doing mortgage, for example. Like I don't do it as a one transaction. Like I wouldn't, if you're my customer, for example, right? I wouldn't help you as a one transaction. Okay, I got you a loan, that's it, forget about you, right? I would want to be with the person to be able to make sure that they are getting the right guidance, right? I'm going to help you compare, be able to understand that this is one way of, you making the most out of it, saving more taxes, every way of you becoming the better financial version of yourself, right? So that's my ikigai in terms of, let's say, credit max, right? And on the other hand, entertainment, like, I would want to be like helping people understand what's your goal. Like if you really love partying, I'll get you partying, right? I'll create organized events for you. If your ikigai is for example, or if your passion is to be able to, so I love helping people achieve their goals while I'm achieving mine, right? So we're both working hand in hand. That's what I love to do, basically.
And it's so good to see that you are so much passionate about what you do. So, yes, it's like what that counts is you have to be really passionate about whatever you are doing. So, it's good to see that. Now, we are towards the end of our show, and I request everyone, because in Pakistan there was major flood, to help for the flood victims. If you can give time, if you can volunteer in the events, if you can give financial support, it's really even a dollar goes a long way. So I'll request everyone, and thank you so much for your time this today. And hopefully everyone find their ikigai and have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.